men obviously don't feel safe to come out about stuff like that.
Little has been explored on the horrors that women do to men. Domestic abuse, emotional manipulation.
Has people guessing what's going to happen next.
I would cast you proper in a role where you cheated on a man.
Ha!
And at the end of the story, the man actually forgives you.
There is a very thin line between this thing being purposeful and it turning into something completely diabolical.
Yeah. Africa takes leaps. We don't grow in sequence. Think about it.
We are not there yet.
The technologies and all these things is going to separate mediocrity from excellence very glaringly.
It's more personality based.
Yes.
Like if we start making all these films like with AI, I don't know, like people are going to be out of jobs.
In what sense? I watched one of your short films this morning.
This morning? Oh my god, which one?
The one that the lady kept dying and dying. That someone was attacking her.
Yeah, recursion.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's good. The idea of it is good. I saw someone's comment. I'll hereby never, if it's me, I'll never go to sleep. Yeah. But that one was good. What do you think about when you want to do a short film like that?
I'm just so firstly, I am a lover of horror and thriller, right? So a lot of the ideas that I have in mind when it comes to shooting or making film is in line with that. Something that, has high stakes, suspense, has people guessing what's going to happen next, or don't necessarily even see or expect what's going to happen next. So I'm just how do I make that happen with in such for the short films within under 5 minutes or something like that. So yeah, that's what I think about what are certain scenarios that
have you seen this Lady Koi Koi movie, the one?
Is it the series that they made?
Was that a series? No, I think it was a movie on Netflix.
It was a series though.
Yeah.
Is it the one of it's obviously set in school, but
yes.
Some guys were disappearing.
Uh-huh.
A lady was.
Yeah, okay, so it was a series.
Yeah, it was a limited series.
Yeah. You've seen that?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Are we doing reviews? Oh my god. Hey.
I liked it too.
I saw it while that time. It's been 2 years.
It's been a while.
It's been I thought it was interesting. I like the fact that stories like that are now being, shot as films and all of that. Because you hear a lot of this. I went to a boarding school, right? So a lot of these laws and stuff are always talked about, and they scare you, and you even experience some of them. Maybe not Lady Koi Koi Shy,
But some phenomena like that.
I'm happy I didn't experience that, but there are certain strange things spiritually that were hey.
Where'd you go to school?
I don't know if you know Abaji, Federal Government Girls College, Abaji.
What state?
Abuja.
No.
Yeah, it's outskirts. Well, Kwali. Yeah, Buhari girls. So after Kwali, it's you now go further. After Agwagolada, Kwali, then further is Abaji.
Okay, and that was a boarding school?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never went to boarding school.
You didn't? Why?
I guess my parents were just not inclined.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Port Harcourt. Yeah, Port Harcourt, but then I moved to Abuja in CSS2. And then, so I switched schools actually. So in Port Harcourt, I went to one school, Tantua, nursery, primary, and then I went to Air Force Secondary School in Port Harcourt still, up until SS2. Then I went to Word of Faith School in Abuja. Do you know Word of Faith?
It sounds familiar. Where?
Durumi, opposite Dunamis Church.
I think I heard of it, but I'm not really familiar.
Yeah, I think it's this Idahosas, their family, they're the ones that own the school. So yeah, then I finished there. And I went to uni. Yeah. The whole idea of boarding school for me, even, I don't think I want to send my kids to boarding school.
Why?
That formative period of their life, I want it to be within my grasp because, you sending a child to the boarding schools, and they're basically assimilating the culture of the school, the influences within the school, the whatever, the culture, right? And I think, like, we send your child to school, they're there for 9 hours, 10 hours a day, and they come back, you're also coming back from work, assuming that's the case. And where's the time to really bond, to really infuse your own thing in them?
Yeah.
Type B. And then they're boarding school, they're now going for months.
For months, yeah.
Abba. The school is training the child now.
You are trying. Nobody's saying you're not trying. At least you've watched up until this point. It is an honor to have you be part of people viewing this video. Let me know what you think. Leave comments and share. I appreciate you so much. And subscribe to the channel so we can grow and more people can see the work that we're putting out.
True, Sha. I can't lie. No, I mean, I've actually not really seen it from that perspective. Maybe I have, but more so the aspect of like maybe the part where you don't really have a say on like how or some of the things that they do, right? Especially in school, like you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's happening to them, and you don't know what they're engaging in, right?
Yeah.
Which is dangerous, especially now, because boarding school then is not the same now. Even boarding school before my time, it was not the same as my time.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I don't know, it's sort of deteriorating in terms of like, you know, actually keeping kids in check or, you know, preventing some of these. I mean, some people die because of bullying and all of these things. So it's like, how do we get to that point, like in society and in the educational system? So I get that too.
Yeah.
But like, I also feel like boarding school also has, obviously everything has their pros and their cons. And for me, I feel like the fact that there's some form of independence that the child sort of, you know, gains.
What is independence for that age?
No, like, so I wouldn't send my children to boarding school from like just 1 to 3. I feel like that's still young. But SS1 to 3, I think is fair to an extent, especially depending on the age. Except now that people are now entering at 10 and well.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing here, please? But like, you know, if you're a teenager, maybe late teens, right? Yeah, like I would understand how, you know, that could help you. It's really like if it's prepping you for university, right? Because there are some people who sort of struggle when it's just like, it's like outbound from home to uni, right? And it's like, okay, this is now this new, you know, reality that I have. There's nobody watching me. There's nobody doing this. And then you just tend to see that they sort of abuse the independence that they've newly acquired. So in a way, having you experience that where it's still sort of curtailed, because in school it's still sort of curtailed in boarding school as opposed to university where nobody's really send your papa. So like, yeah, I see how that could obviously be like a pro, right? But then the cons of it, as time evolves, things just sort of either deteriorate or get better. So the fact that it doesn't look like it's heading in the right direction is what I would feel, would deter like parents of our generation from doing that. But
because it's like the experiences that your child will have in the boarding school are so devoid of your input that it's like, how do you course correct assuming they go astray? It's difficult. Versus you having the opportunity to see them every day as they come back. And if you're observant, you pick up on 1 or 2 things with your child.
True.
That you know? And then it leads me to the thought of this, like when, like our parents would think and would say, and in the best of their hearts, that they're doing a good thing for us when they send us to school abroad. You know? It has been a thing where your parents love you if they send you abroad, type it for uni. But like, if you look at the way people experience that culture shift from Nige, perhaps you did high school in Nige, primary, whatever, and then you go out there and you're doing uni. Many people lose touch with their roots in a sense.
An identity.
You feel me? They become alienated to their own, the self that they grew up with. Do you feel me? And then parents are like, disconnected too, because your child is becoming a whole other individual that because they have to survive. They have to put on masks to survive there.
Yeah.
Their system is different. They're experiencing new challenges. So it's like that distance with parents and children. I think, I wouldn't want that.
So you wouldn't send your child
abroad?
You say that you're living in Nigeria.
I don't even trust universities these days.
We'll get back to the video in 1 second. Just give me 1 minute. I want to let you know that I'll be doing an open mic in Abuja. And if you want to RSVP, please comment on this video. I'll send you more information about the open mic. I want to gather intelligent people together like you guys. But again, it's about hanging out and interacting with everybody and meeting everybody. So if you want to RSVP for that, just comment down in this video and I'll send you more details about it. Thank you.
So you don't send your child to you.
Okay, so what do you think about this? That when that whole thing of there's 1,004 genders, when it was popping up, that period, there was no university that like actively refuted it, like in the West. So it's like, if the uni don't know how many genders we have, what do you want to teach my son?
No, I think like you just need to pick your battle, to be honest, right? Because it's like I said earlier, these things have their pros and their cons, right? There's no one right way per se, right? Like, for instance, in the West, obviously values, social norms, history, all of these things are like different from what are being taught here, right? And that's going to obviously affect like their curriculum and etc. So it's like, yes, when it comes to those aspects, especially when it comes to like maybe personal values, societal norms, and what is acceptable and what isn't, and being either politically correct or completely off the charts, those things are I think they can be influencing an individual from their formative years up until that point, right? And then they now tend to maybe discover or make a choice on their own, right? But are you necessarily sending them primarily for that or for the education in whatever field that
it's
they are
always
going?
with the intention of education, but education is surrounded by all these other things.
All the institutions somewhat, come together. But then at the same time, compared to like the, value of education over there, right? The standard of education and everything compared to what is here. Like, where would you rather your child learn? Do you have the time to homeschool?
Not me teaching them, perhaps. So like me selecting who will come and teach them certain subjects.
But don't you think that that's also, in a way, it's like, it's a constraint for your child too, because part of life, because part of life is experiencing all of these things, right? Is finding things on their own. And you now see later that can even backfire when you like keep them so enclosed or
so
protected.
I think I genuinely feel like I can design a curriculum that would expose them socially, academically.
I feel like that's very narcissistic.
Because the curriculums that are in university, somebody designed it.
People and systems design them,
Right, and it's to their own incline. Perhaps my own incline would be, 30% like physical stuff, sports, 30% science, basic science, not social sciences, hard sciences, and then something that involves their creative mind, like engaging them creatively to solve like real life problems. Type B. Yes, a balance. And then perhaps, I don't think I'm the type of person to want to cage my children and not want to expose them to the world like that. Because even my dad, when growing up, he'll give me like a glass of wine. Like when he's sipping a glass of wine, he'll call me, come and take. He's exposing me to these things to where when I see it outside, it's not new.
Exactly.
I'm not crazy, So that type of curriculum, I feel like I can design that with the consent of my woman.
And your adult children, because
I mean, no. If I design a curriculum for my kids when they're little, And then I groomed them up until they are 16. I think I'll have that solid confidence
that they would still.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's when they're going into uni now, 16, 17, 18.
Right, then I'll continue designing the curriculum.
And I'm saying, like, what if they decide that, Pops, I don't want this anymore?
And then chill, like, they're going to figure out what they want to do now.
But you pay for it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, I believe in somebody having that freedom to be adventurous, to try out things, because God is variety. And there's so many things that one human life can indulge in that it would be crazy to think that I know best for them in that sense.
In that sense.
But like, I want to be able to give them the basics, the foundation without staining. Like, recently you see how they are staining the curriculum for young children in that they're putting unnecessary things in their curriculum.
Aside school, even just like on YouTube or like, TV and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll wait to see, but like, I think if like education going into the next, say, decade or two, it just has to be more intentional. Like, especially you as a parent, if you want, certain things imputed in your kids.
Which will be hard. It's harder.
It's harder.
It's harder because now
it's also easier.
Work. How?
Because now the information that, prior, like if my mom doesn't know physics, she don't know physics. But like me, if I don't know physics, there's how I can still cook up a curriculum just because the information is abundant. It's like, it's everywhere.
Okay.
Cook up a sweet curriculum for them. They learn the physics or no, learn the biology, whatever.
Okay.
And God will give us funds to like, be able to curate like even a physical environment where, they can actually do sports, do whatever, go test out things lab-wise and the likes. Yeah. That's how the wealthy are doing it now.
When you start up your school and stuff like that, let me know.
You send your kids out. I swear.
Maybe our children would just start for me that some of us need to stick together.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's important. Especially when you now start thinking like, as we're going into this age where we're talking about AI, we're talking about this one and that, the other. Things are moving so quick. And you see, did you grow up with an iPad? Like, are you an iPad baby?
More laptop and phone.
And like, at what age were you introduced to that?
I got my first phone when I was like, I think maybe primary 6, thereabouts.
Primary 6?
But before then, like...
you're part of the elite, so...
What do you mean?
Primary 6? Huh.
Yeah, but it was this, I don't know if you remember Visa phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Visa phone was my first phone.
Yeah.
But before that, I used to always use my mom's phone. Like,
Right.
I was always, or whenever we have like people around, is my siblings or is guests or my mom suffered the most sharp. It was her phone to the point where I even like destroyed one. I saw something that day. But yeah, like I was always obsessed with like phones and etc. She actually even thought I was going to go into like computer science or like some form of something in tech because of that. And I'm like, I just want to play game. I don't know what it's about. But so I got my first phone in primary 6. I remember it was Visa phone.
Versus kids now in literally, I don't know, nursery school even playing with iPads already.
My nieces, my nephew, I'm just watching.
Do you understand?
The privilege you have.
And the development is different. Because now the technology that they're exposed to so young, I feel like it's even frying their brain.
It is. You don't need to feel it is frying their brain. Like it's unnecessary because like that's I think the most formative year for them because like their brains are literally like taking in whatever it is to either form their thoughts and their personality or even just biologically or like physical, right? So it's like you're exposing them to these highly stimulating visuals and sounds and all of these things that keeps like feeding like their dopamine levels and it forms an addiction. So it's like that's why they will be throwing tantrums when you take stuff away from them or their tab or you say, oh, you can't watch this and blah blah blah, because that's where they're getting their high from, right? But that's not necessarily how it is. And then they don't want to participate in actual things that kids should be doing. Like, you should go outside and play.
Yeah.
You should break an arm, break a leg. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, you know, make friends with like your neighbor. Now everybody,
you don't know.
Can we talk about like how we don't know our neighbors? Like,
right.
We actually don't know our neighbors. Your next door neighbor, you don't know them.
Before, if you do something, it's your auntie that will report it to your mom.
Now the kids don't know each other, you know, and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. It's quite a time we live in, but yeah, definitely not introduce kids that early.
Now imagine what we're going to like in the next 5-10 years. Like that's why I feel like I want to isolate my kids to some degree.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Like I understand that, and that's an approach that I think I would adopt, right? Especially at certain stages of their life, right? And very young and all of that. Like they're not gonna have tablets and all of that. I'm not going to just look for like an easy fix and give them, you know, because I don't blame parents as well too, because it's harder raising kids now, you know, because you're working,
balancing
jobs,
the economy, blah,
you know,
blah.
You're doing this, you're doing that, you're running a business, you're doing another side hustle, you're taking care of the kids, depending on, you know, how supportive your partner is, or whether you have help in the house too, or, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, it's very overwhelming, and kids don't care about it. Like, they want something. Nobody's going to be like, yeah, okay, you're having a mental breakdown, so let me just hold
mental health challenges are more.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so let me just let me keep my tantrum till when you feel better. Like, no, nobody's doing any of that. So it's a full-time job raising these kids, and sometimes they just want or need like a break, right? Just need something that will just distract them for a bit. But to what extent do you get? Like, you know, I think I see all these videos online of certain kinds of games that are very like either technical or calculative. Like they have to maybe construct stuff or do stuff, and it engages their mind and it keeps them busy. So stuff like that actually should be more welcome in those homes, right? As opposed to just tablets and all these like
it's crazy.
Do and all of that. That's going on. Like it's actually insane.
Telling you.
So like I don't know what our I'm saying our generation. We are late actually because I'm saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna have kids in like 10 years, all of that. Our mates are having kids already. So
right.
But yeah,
it's going to be interesting. Funny. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be very interesting. We'll see. And even the idea of having help in the house. Like, you know, you see like, you know, parents get a bit overwhelmed. They're balancing so many things, and then you have help. Many of the help that people are bringing inside the
that thing is see, I don't know. I really don't know. The people who find genuine people, right? That their families are safe with. They don't know what God has done for them. They actually do not know like how blessed they are.
Maybe we'll use robots in our time.
I see the robots. So you see what they're doing now. Like they are ramming into walls.
You'll get better.
You'll get better, but at the same time, like, don't you watch these movies? Like, okay, for me now that I'm a filmmaker and I'm watching all these movies, they scare me because I'm like,
right.
The robots now want to take over my I mean,
humans have done more harm to fellow humans.
That's why I'm saying, because we're the ones creating these things, they can end up transitioning from being helping materials or whatsoever to becoming weapons of mass destruction. Honestly, like the heart of man is wicked. It's like there is a very thin line between this thing being purposeful, right, and it's now turning into something completely diabolical. So it's very important to. That's why it's like it's a big risk, honestly. Like, but everything in life is a risk, Sha. Like, how would we evolve? Like, look at our means of transportation and all of that. How would we be flying to these different countries if we didn't take all that risk, right? I'm sure then it seemed diabolical too, but at the same time, I guess we just kind of see how it goes, and maybe those who can in one way or the other influence it for better will try.
Yeah, me, I'm more optimistic than pessimistic with all the innovation that's coming out.
True. Maybe it's the Nigeria I'm living in that.
How do you think these innovations are affecting the industry of film?
That's a discussion that, a lot of people are either shying away from or are having with some form of anxiety attached to it, because it's like, these things are taking our jobs and blah, blah, blah. And in a way, it does, right? Because it's like, now people can make certain kinds of films with just AI, no crew, no nothing, etc. But at the same time, I'm choosing to look at it as a tool, right? As opposed to, this thing is just going to run us. It depends on how you use it and how you utilize it. But also, it needs some form of, what's it called? Or like regulation, right? Everything needs regulation for it to either benefit or, So it's like, I don't know about I do know about the Nigerian industry. We are not there yet. Even before, like, what people are doing with like tech in film and all of that. We've not even gotten to that point. Not to talk of actually utilizing.
But Africa takes leaps. We don't grow in sequence. Think about it. Like we sort of are backward for a while, and then we observe the world, and we just leap into something, boom, Yeah, that's how we develop in Africa. But I think the technologies and all these things, I think what it's going to do is it's going to separate mediocrity from excellence very glaringly. The using of all these tools, everybody now has access to them. But like in the utility of them, you find
exactly. Which applies to everything, to be honest. Like even down to before now, like how people made films, right? The kinds of films that were being made, kind of stories that were being told. You could tell the good, the bad, the ugly, right? Based off of execution and all that.
Yeah.
So now it's only going to amplify that.
Exactly.
Like, how are you able to use this thing in a way that either makes your work better or you just look like a freaking joke to people?
Exactly.
But I don't know, like I'm a bit hopeful in a way, but then I also see how we could be dragging our feet because people are very hesitant to actually like accept or introduce it into, because they don't know how to use it. A lot of things too, if we're being honest with like Nigeria, right, or Nollywood or the industry, is a lack of know-how or excellence when it comes to like what you're doing, right? A lot of, like you said, mediocrity is accepted, and a lot of times we blame it on our target audience, the masses, who are you making these films for, and etc. And it does apply, because there are certain kinds of films that will do well in this country as opposed to others, if you are looking at like your audience and reception, right? And that's what people kind of lean into when they want to make money, because there are two forms of this art that we call film, right? There's the business side, and then there's the I'm just an artist trying to express. Exactly. So it depends, like a lot of, I think all this while, right, we've been very separate. That those two things have been very separate. Like the artistic ones are the ones that people feel like, they're going to film festivals, blah blah blah. Their film is somewhat acclaimed, but then when it comes to like the business side of it, who makes more money? The ones that are not entirely all that good, blah blah blah, or artsy, like please leave all those leave all these artistic aside. What will make people come to the cinema to watch me? What will make them want to like see all these things? But now, thankfully, like there's been some form of merge. Like people are actually starting to lean. The artistic ones are starting to lean into the business. The business ones, they're taking a bit of their time, because they're making money, right? But in the same vein, they're also trying to do better in terms of like their films and etc. But they are still when it comes to like the utility of like AI or informed of just technical innovation, right? We are very much comfortable with where we are.
Right.
That's, we don't necessarily want to even, I don't know, like challenge
Evolve,
ourselves
yeah.
to evolve in that way, right? So I feel like it's gonna take some time
Yeah.
for us to even get to where these, our counterparts are with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, but like at the same time, at least for the for those of us, especially like young filmmakers or independent filmmakers, that we don't necessarily have like the backing of some studio or production company,
Yeah.
right? To like fund our ideas and all of these things.
Yeah.
Okay, we could now start like using these
Leveraging what we
resources.
are,
You get like,
yeah.
okay, you want to write a script and you can put it on Gemini, ChatGPT to help you refine the idea. Then you now put in your own touch, blah blah blah. That way your output when it comes to maybe scripts
Yeah.
or stories and all of these things, or pitch decks and all of these, resources are faster. Like your output is a lot maybe better, more refined,
Yeah.
and you have like more to put out, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to, obviously, I think the concern is what happens to crew and talent. Like if we start making all these films like with AI, I don't know, like people are going to be out of jobs.
Yeah, I don't think
But
it's
I
just
don't
going to be
think-
completely AI.
Exactly, because they're not there yet,
Yeah.
right? We are still very essential when it comes to the making of these things. And
Yeah.
you can't just be like, oh yeah, the
Yeah.
crew and etc. And even in years to come, like, yes, there's been, I think I saw, was it Gemini V, is it VO3 or V? Some, that was like last year, like the latest one, where they would like make short clips that look like film, movie scenes and all of these things. Yeah, it was limiting because obviously it's like for 8 seconds, right? So you're gonna make a whole film from like 8 seconds of different clips. But it's like,
It's getting there. Right? It's getting there. Yeah.
What's going on here?
There's some videos that are just indistinguishable from, like, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell. Well, I mean, I'm not worried, to be honest. At the end of the day, it's going to be down to the palette of the audience. So if you're going to use all your AI and whatever, it will still come down to the palette of the audience.
Exactly. Which is another thing why maybe the industry here is not necessary, because like they've not even caught up with what's happening. So why are we bringing this into,
I think we're going to leap past certain things. Yeah, I think we're going to leap past certain things.
Well,
that's how we do.
Sha.
What was the last movie that you saw in a cinema?
I think it was Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah. Fire and Ash. This latest. Was that the last one?
I
believe so.
I don't know the numbers anyway, but I don't know. Me, I haven't been to the cinema in a bit.
Why?
It's just streaming. It's just so convenient.
Yeah, the problem. You are our enemy.
Oh my God. It's just so convenient.
You are our enemy.
Like, do you get, like, just sit at home, put up something, chill, pause, stand up, the whatever.
Yeah, but like, just, I don't know. Like, I get that, obviously. Especially with like, do you know how much it even costs to go and see a movie now?
Right.
It's
you can
like,
see for free.
What's going on here? How did we go from...
Yeah.
Like,
I think when time passed, to go to the movie to watch a movie was like 1,500 naira. Then it went to like 7,000 something.
Exactly.
Now 20 something. 20 something.
Now it's 30 something, 40 something.
Yeah, now come and find me a cinema. Let me see how to go and watch what.
I'm like, that's why I don't blame people when they're like, oh, it's to come out on Netflix.
It will come out at the end of the day.
It's to come out on Netflix because it's like, that's crazy.
Even Netflix itself, there's some sites now that, I don't know, is you don't even need Netflix.
Let's not go there. Don't bootleg, guys.
Yeah. So it's like...
It's illegal.
Exactly.
But yeah,
we'll see how it all plays out, Sha.
I feel like the theater culture and etc. has obviously declined. It's a dying culture, honestly. And I know that people are really trying their possible best, and I have to give it to them. They're trying to really still keep it alive. But honestly, because even before, okay, see now, before Netflix became what it was like, what's the name of this company that, you know, they did rent house and all of these things, like you rent what you want to watch and etc.
Right.
And you know, they were like, please, you know, they were like shitting on Netflix, or like, who's going to be streaming?
Right.
What are you talking about streaming? Blah
Right.
blah blah. And now they're like nowhere to be found, right? So over time, these things just, you know, even Netflix obviously now has like competition everywhere. You
Yeah.
have Apple TV that, in my opinion, has better shows and stuff. You have, you know, Showmax and Hulu and, you know, Amazon Prime and all of that. Even though, like, please, we're begging people, please come back to Nigeria.
Who? As in who?
Like
Amazon?
Amazon and,
They left?
and Netflix, they did. They did.
I think somebody mentioned that to me, that Netflix left recently.
Netflix left. No, Amazon left first, right? So they came in, they had like a short span, like maybe, I don't know, like a year and a half or 2 years. I don't know what happened, man. They dipped, right? So they left nice, maybe something about, I don't know whether it was like not being, I don't know if it was a profit thing or conversion thing, or if it was just operations in Nigeria and like people, do you get? Let's not even go into that one, but we have our own problems, Sha. But and then, you know, before you know, it's like Netflix left, and I'm like, hey, everybody's like, what? And also, there was also like accounts of it being associated with like people not being entirely honest with, you know, maybe funding that's being given to them to like make these films.
So how would
or
Netflix
etc.
even fund a, like, how would, what do you, are you familiar with that? How, the whole process of that?
Yes, so okay, so that's why you have like, you know, you have like stuff that you see on Netflix that you say, oh, it's a Netflix original, right? So that means that Netflix basically was the executive producer. So the
Right.
executive producer is the person who funds, who finances the making of the film, right? So all these different stages or the full making of it, you know, so they can, obviously they would, for you to get to that, it's like, it's either they come to you, like, okay, obviously we're in your country, right? And we know that you're one of the big dogs when it comes to film and etc. here. So we want to strike a deal with you where you're able to like make this amount of content for us to put out, because we know that your name and, you know, the people involved is going to drive traffic to our platform, right? So, you know, they strike that deal. It's like maybe a 6-project deal. Amazon did the same thing as well too with some filmmakers. So it's like, yeah, you now make that deal and then they finance in stages, right? So it's like, okay, development, this is how much you need, pre-production, etc., principal photography, post-production, marketing, all of that, right? So that's what makes them the films or the series, like the Netflix originals, right? And then they now have the ones where they just outrightly buy it, like you've already
After you've made it.
Yeah, so, you know, those are the different deals that you could try. So they were now saying that, you know what, we're not going to be producing or like financing projects anymore, right? Because we've seen that there's been some mismanagement of funding, the quality of the content we're getting is not entirely up to par, and maybe other things too that they feel like they couldn't share. But like, you know, it's like, you know, you can go and make your film, right? If it makes the cut, then we'll buy it, right? But that makes it harder, right? Because, you know, for people who already they have their sights on the big dogs, right? So, not to mention names, but like people who are already like, they've been in the industry for a minute and they're like the top, you know, filmmakers. If you call their name anywhere, it's like them, right? So it's harder for we, the youngins, who are, you know, trying to make something and etc. You might have like your ideas and all of that, but getting your foot in to even have a meeting is difficult. You know, you have like maybe to liaise with like agents and blah blah blah, or someone who knows somebody and blah blah blah. So, you know, them now choosing to now step away was like, God damn, like, bro, give us a break. Like, how?
What do you think makes a movie? Okay, I mean, there's several things that will make a movie good, but like, even in this thing where Netflix has left, all these people have left, there's still a ton of stories that should be explored, especially when it concerns the reality of Africa, right? There's a lot of people that I've spoken to in work that they ask me. Someone has asked me before, how do you learn how to speak English so good? Like in Nigeria, do you guys speak English? I'm like, right. Get updated. You know? So it's like that. There's actually a lot of misconceptions and poorly described stereotypes as regards life in Africa and Africans and such and such. And I'm like, what's the thing that makes a story really go global? Is it the funding? Is it the making? Is it the production? Or is it the story itself, the originality of the story?
So I would say that it is a pot of everything, right? But there are certain things that have like more influence in that.
Right.
For instance, distribution.
Right.
Distribution is key, right? Because you could make an absolutely brilliant film, but if nobody sees it, have you actually made an absolutely brilliant film?
I mean, you have, but like you don't know.
You have, but your films are meant to be seen. So it's just like, okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You get it. Like, yeah, you're a filmmaker, right? But I think the goal is for as much as you're expressing your art, you want people to see it.
To experience the art.
Exactly. And whether we like it or not, we do like some form of acknowledgement, recognition for our work, right? Whether we like to admit it or... So distribution matters a lot, which is why everybody tries to get their foot in with like Netflix, like I said, or maybe Amazon when they came in, because it's like these are the big dogs in terms of distribution in certain places globally. So it's like, that, because even the ones that are not so great, the films that are not so great, still are seen globally, right? Why? Because they have distribution. Because Netflix is putting their stuff up and they're like amongst the top 10 films in Nigeria and whatnot. Everybody's okay, what's the top 10? Yeah, so eyeballs, right? Marketing, distribution, those two.
But do you know a hack? What? A hack to like a distribution hack is YouTube.
Yeah, no, so YouTube is becoming like, it's in fact, a lot of people are leaning more into that now than wasting their time trying to get these deals. Because it's like, I don't need to be, trying to sell my product to you and you like shitting on it because it doesn't meet some form of standard that you feel like you have. Exactly. And, spending so much money only to get what's rejected, right? And then being like, oh, what am I going to do? So why not put it on YouTube? But then that's where marketing comes in too. Because it's like, do you know how many subscriber channels there are on YouTube, right? Do you know how many film production channels there are on YouTube? But how many are being talked about?
Right.
How many have like recurring subscribers or watchers, on those channels? How many people are actually cashing out on
I think it's like this. I think it's over time that this like distribution chain builds up. Like even for anything, movies, podcasts, whatever the case may be, I think if we start seeing it as, okay, so I have this thing where creators in Africa are part-time, many of them. Like
almost all of us are.
Right? Do you feel me? Yeah. Whereas people have clocked that being a creator is actually a full-time thing. Yeah. Like whether the numbers are indicative of your efforts now or not, stick to it.
And it pays off.
Exactly. The consistency. But African creators are not as consistent as Western creators. And that's why we have not experienced the beauty that is, growth over time after iteration and such. And we get better and we grow a base following. Some people have, and that's why you see them doing really good. But I think that's the thing. I think if we put in more faith in work over time, we'll build our own distribution.
No, definitely. It's basically like compound interest, where it's like, you have just a payoff of everything that basically you've been putting together
Yeah.
over time, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but then also, I think, I don't know if I would say how we are sort of wired here, right? Like the hustle culture to put food on the table, right? And have like that form of security as well. A lot of people, they're working jobs that they don't like or enjoy. Why? Because it brings some bands in and they're able to provide for themselves and their families, right?
Yeah.
So content creation is something that a lot of people don't have the patience to stick to. Because it's like, when this thing will pay me
Or
now,
the infrastructure.
like, exactly, to like build on it. Because then it's like, there's also some form of excellence that needs to come into play, right? Because what sets you apart from the channel next to yours and whatnot, you know. So it's like everything needs to play its part in order for you to see certain results. But then
it takes
the way
time.
we are here, it's
time.
like I don't have that time to do this, right? And it's a struggle because even if it's something that, aside wanting to have a payoff, maybe something you're genuinely interested in and something that you enjoy, it's still hard putting in like your time and effort into it because you have a job, you have a business to run, and then life is now pulling you in 1,000,001 directions too. So it's like, when am I actually going to be able to do this? Except when you decide that, okay, you know what?
It's a tricky one. Oh. It's a tricky one. And I feel that it's like, yes, many people, like there's something I see on YouTube that, especially, where it's like, back on YouTube, why did you leave? Like,
No!
But then it's understandable because like you're saying,
I'm one of them.
it's like what you're saying, like there's so many things that pull your attention in real life that creating your digital real estate don't seem to be the thing to do. You see? But then like unfortunately or fortunately, the truth is that's actually a thing to do because when digital money starts rolling in, it's crazy, I believe. Right? We've seen the research, we've seen the payouts, we've seen the numbers that many Western creators do. And it's like, wow.
Compared to what Nigerian creators get.
I think Nigerian creative economy is mostly hinged on sponsorships.
Yeah.
As opposed to the platform itself giving you bank.
Yep. Which it shouldn't be the case.
Which shouldn't be the case because now there's over-reliance and over-dependence on
the influencer culture, per se.
Yeah,
right?
And the whims of these organizations giving the sponsorships.
Exactly, because like how are you, like I said, like what sets you apart from all these other people that we need to now sponsor you and your content?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like that constant need. Everybody's like, you don't need to prove anything to anybody, just do your thing, just put it out there. But you do though. You do.
If you want to eat.
If you want to eat. You do. If you want to eat. So it's like there's that struggle because how much do people pay, do Nigerian creators earn?
I've been seeing influencers doing big things though, innit? Like
from like YouTube.
I mean, I don't know their source of income.
Don't kill me.
I don't know their source of income. But like they have the tag of Nigerian influencer or Nigerian whatever the case may be. And they are doing mad P. I think I saw they're doing mad P. There's things going down. You know, like
They are. No, so yes, no, let me know. Yes, some people are actually like making bands from the, but then that's like, okay, so they've decided to actually take out their time to like dedicate into this, right? And some of them, because we're seeing them now, doesn't mean they've not been putting in the work over time, right?
Yes.
So it's like, fine, it's finally paying off, and then, but because we also know how this thing works, so it's like, how much are you really making from this thing?
Really,
How
I mean, listen, I don't know. Yeah.
So it's like, is it AdSense?
Yeah.
Or is it the, what do you call it? Your
Appreciation
RPM?
from fans.
Like,
Because that's also something.
what's that?
Appreciation from fans.
So it depends, I think like TikTok, like the whole TikTok live thing. Oh my God, everybody was on TikTok live, right? Because people were gifting and all of that. I don't know if it's appreciation, long, but like
or investment.
some people, some people will be like, because they really like them, because they like them and their personal brand, they'll just give them like how much would a rose cost? Maybe you buy like a bundle of rose for 1,225 something. So it's like, but a lot of times people are on those lives in order to like grow their audience as well, because they always do this like matching thing, like follow to follow, all of that. So it's not necessarily just from the goodness of their hearts. Right. And then I hate to say this, but then I also heard recently that there's also like some form of like illegal stuff too, like money laundering through this like TikTok lives. And I'm like, hey,
right.
What is going on?
I mean, all of that is bound to be in existence when you have a conclave of people.
Yeah.
Like
so
this,
it's like, that's why I'm my mantra, literally one of my mantras is, don't let anybody pressure you online, like even in person, like don't, like, it's because people are very impressionable, right? Especially like this generation and like even the younger ones too. Everybody's like, oh, I want to be the next this of Lagos, I want to be the next this of that, blah blah blah. Like, they're seeing all this like stuff with their lifestyle, and I'm trying to also be there at 23 or 20, my own, I don't get too head, blah 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 and stuff like that. And they're willing to like do certain things in order to get to that point. And it's like, it's honestly not necessary, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, don't shit on people's hustle and blah blah blah. But where do you draw the line? Do you get, like, where do you draw the line? Where is the regulation and all that? And even it's so funny because I think like for all in this entertainment and show business, right? It's like you have different fields that have like different earning capacities, right? Like music or I don't know, events or influencing, and stuff like this, or like nightlife, right? And film. Film is like that. It's that uncle that you have to beg for money once in a while because we don't be earning like that. You get like all the glitz and glam, which is why a lot of like celebrities in quotes who are like talent actors and stuff like that, they just lean into like influencing and content creation and all of that, because that's really what's bringing in the box, man. Do you know how many films you have to shoot to earn a certain amount of money? Maybe as an actor or even as a member of crew. That shit don't pay, man. It really does not. It doesn't pay. So it's like, it's hard in different ways for us here, and it's kind of crazy. And aside that, even like infrastructure and ways to even support creatives is not in place. Like I went to China and I was like the studios that they've built, obviously you have to pay for them, right? But then it's like just the thoughtfulness of, we're thinking about these people and we know how difficult it can be to do this. So why not we prefer solutions to these things, right? So it's like, first of all, nobody is disturbing you for like shooting your content, on the streets or like in front of a building, right? Or like just anywhere, like you go somewhere you want to shoot, right? You go to a cafe but over here it's like, first of all, you have to deal with alaye, this or now on the street and area boys. Then when you now go to maybe establishments or buildings, next thing is, you can't shoot here, even in the mall. In the mall,
Yeah.
You have to be joking. I cannot shoot content with my phone, just because you see that I'm recording and maybe somebody is holding a mic or is talking and all of that. Next thing, security is coming up to you like, you cannot shoot here. It's
That's
not allowed
rampant in
here.
Lagos.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm like, are you people serious? Like, this is a mall where people come for leisure and like to shop, to watch stuff, to buy stuff, to have a good time.
Yeah.
And you're saying that we can't shoot. Where will we now be able to shoot content if not at the freaking mall? Do you get? Or, okay, people will now be charging certain amounts to shoot at their establishment, which I understand is fair, obviously, because it's a business, you get, and that's time that you're taking, and you might be interrupting business operations and all of that. So yeah, of course, pay. But the amount, though.
Yeah.
The amount, and then government, they keep doing all these. I would like to say, eye service events and all. Some arts and culture, blah blah blah. Y'all are not helping anything. You're not. A lot of people who maybe all these programs for like creatives and stuff like that are maybe private entities choosing to like partner with, some creative agency or a film school and stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes they could also, I'm not even going to lie, like I was a beneficiary of like a Lagos State initiative with a film school, right? So sometimes, these things do help, but at maybe beginner level. What now happens when you want to obviously like expand and grow in scale and all of this and actually,
proper.
Exactly. Like it now becomes a thing of, you have to sort this out, you have to sort this person, you have to do it. So rather than earning, you're spending towards. You get? But over there, and then it's not like the infrastructure is even aiding us to like be able to do certain things. You want to shoot in on the train or something and whatnot, and you're being told you can't.
Right.
Or you enter somewhere with camera, even if it's pictures, that camera is not allowed to enter with camera, you have to pay certain amount. At a park.
You're turning down to business
at
as
a
well.
Park or the beach. Like,
interesting. You pay to shoot at the beach?
Yeah. You pay per
I haven't
hour.
been to Lagos Beach, yo.
You should do.
Yeah, I haven't. I should.
You actually should. Which beach have you been to?
No beach.
Wait, when you say I haven't been to Lagos, where else in Nigeria?
Oh my
So I
God.
was like, wait, I don't want to ask you. So you brought me to a beach. So I was like, okay.
Which one? Yeah, I haven't been to any beach before, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you have time you'll stay here to?
We'll see.
You should actually.
Yeah, we'll see.
But then also this whole thing that they did, was it 2 years ago? Of like, but I mean, there are still beaches around, Sha.
With clean water.
So.
So that's the caveat, you see?
Yeah. Some of those ones you need to probably go further down. Like maybe a Ziba resort. I don't know if you've heard of Ziba resort. So there's some resorts or like beaches maybe further up. But even here too, it's not so bad though. Soul Beach, I don't think is terrible. I don't be going in the water though. But I don't think it's that bad. So you should.
Yeah, I'll try that. Or perhaps, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe before you leave, just spend an evening there or something.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's interesting.
We pay everywhere. You pay through it. You pay for everything.
But to get into the beach as well, you also pay
too
money.
Now. So if you carry food into it, you pay too. So it's like,
and they're still selling food at the beach.
Selling food because they're business now. They want, why are you bringing food? Buy it there, right? So if you want to bring your own stuff, you have to pay for that too.
Lagos is not a place that I've explored. Just because Lagos in my head looks like Port Harcourt.
I've never been to Port Harcourt.
Okay. It's like an old city where you see like the buildings aren't the most appealing things in the world. I wouldn't consider Lagos a beautiful place. Do you feel me? But like, it's bustling, but it's not beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not. No. It definitely is not.
But like you in comparison, people like to compare a lot, but this is sensible comparison. Me, I like to look at beautiful things. You see, and Abuja is a very beautiful place. You see, but like the allure of Lagos, I would say, is the entertainment, is the, like last time I was in Lagos, I was at the airport. Fave, the celebrity, the singer, she bumped me and just walked past. And then there was a guy that was walking with her, just turned to me like, I was like, no, I won't go hug myself. I'm not vexed. And that's something I've noticed here. It's like you can see celebrities so casually. Whereas in Abuja, you don't see anybody at all. Like, no celebrity and non-celebrity, everybody's on their own type of people. I think I like the quiet there, but like, I've not learned the allure of what people see in Lagos yet.
So I was once like that, right? I don't know if I would even say I was once like, but like, so growing up in Abuja, right? I spent how many? Maybe like, if we are going to exclude university, right? Because obviously, like, I'll go to school and come back for holidays, so I wasn't necessarily there.
Yeah.
So if we're going to exclude that, I spent like at least 15 years of my life in Abuja before school. So it's like going from that to Lagos, and even where I schooled to wasn't like Lagos as well too, where it's like all these things. I would come and visit because I had family here and friends here, right? But every time I come, I'll be like, how are you people doing this? Like, I don't understand. Like, how are you people dealing with this? Like, it's just quick. Like, I would be so scared walking on the road because it's like a lot that is happening. Like, I'm holding my bag.
No, me, I'm
like,
calm with all those parts too.
I'm just like, see, I don't understand. Like, all these people living here, all of you have house.
So,
I'm like, what's going
Lagos
on?
is about 20 million people. Abuja is 5.
Bro, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Because it's like, I was like, it can never be me. It can never be me. Blah, 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 blah. I'll tell my friends then that I know, Abuja is it, Abuja is that, blah, 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 and whatnot. And I still like the serenity of it, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's this thing like when you just get used to something else. Now it feels like, I might be bored, dude. Like, if I moved to Abuja and all of that, it's like, you need activity.
You
need activity.
But what's the activity in Lagos? Activity is not just night worker and...
No, so it's not even... So when I say activity, right, it's like... So for instance, right, you want to be able to order food at certain times at night and you know that you're going to get it. Like maybe you want to go for a drive to get something like a milkshake or a burger, or, you want to... Like just something that feels like, the city's alive. But at certain points or at certain times, it like kind of like... Like, where are you going to by that time? Where are you going to by that time? Do you get? Or... Even when it's like, it's quiet and etc. But like, sometimes you want to just see like something happening, somewhere. Like you're driving and you see something happening, or you're just, I don't know, there's just this whole thing about, I think it's just the way our brains are wired. Like when you're just used to a certain thing, then anything that's not that feels alien to you, right? And you can only maybe, like, you just be like, let me go, let me take a break and go to Abuja and relax. But you want to come back, because it's like, it can't be there for too long. It can't be there for too long. Or like even, I think also the kind of work that you do, right?
Yeah.
Me as a filmmaker now, I don't think I'll thrive in Abuja. It's not like I'm doing something like I'm thriving or crazy like here in Lagos. But like, I just feel because, the industry but I didn't complain about infrastructure here.
Perhaps access to talent will be better in Lagos than in
because
Abuja.
Everybody's here, right?
Yeah.
Crew, everybody, films are being shot every day here, right? I don't know about that in Abuja. And even when people are shooting in Abuja, it's more like maybe people from here that are going to Abuja
that serenity
to go and shoot, right? Then come back, right? So it's like, you don't really have that industry catering to like creatives in Abuja as it is here in Lagos. So it's like, what am I now doing there? Anyway, do you get?
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like your line of work or business too matters. You get, because there are certain things that it will just feel like
I think the kinds of movies that can be shot in Abuja are like outside movies. Like if you want to make use of the mountains, all of that stuff.
Yeah, landscape in Abuja is lovely. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, you can, shoot stuff like that. Maybe if you want to say, oh, you went to the north, but you don't actually want to go to the north, or certain parts. Yeah. So it's like, that's why I said, like, people who go there to shoot for a particular reason, then come back.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but like Abuja is cool. Though. I would I liked growing up there. I think I would even prefer to raise, like, back to the question of like kids, there as opposed to like in Lagos.
My God. Yes. Absolutely.
Because when I see some people that grew up in this Lagos, I'm like,
the Lord is their strength.
No, it couldn't be me. I'm
good, yeah. It's very interesting to see how that all still comes together to where Lagos is a very rich state. Like there's a lot of money flowing here. There's a lot more industries here, and the employment that people get here is also I would say is better than in Abuja. So it has its appeal, I suppose. But me, I'm an indoor type of person too, so
that's why it's a good fit for you, because it's like, I'm not really interested in all of that. So it's
like me, I would stay indoors.
And a lot of your work too is remote,
correct?
Right? So it's like,
yeah. I'll stay indoors. Whenever I'm outdoors, I want to be able to breathe. Do you feel me? Because I go walking, I go running. I want trees. You feel me? Like I want the cover of trees. I want to.
Oh my God! The fact that I said this, like, there was a time. I think one of the first times that I went to Chevron, and I was like, this place reminds me so much of Abuja. Because like the estates there and all of that, they have like these trees, these masquerade trees and all of that. So I was like, oh my God, it reminds me of like taking walks in Abuja, like Asokoro, especially like when I was living in Asokoro. It's like you have all these trees and like this boulevard to like walk, and it was just always lovely, right? But you don't have that here.
Yeah, no.
You're taking walks. You're dealing with the people's dog shits and stuff, and like someone trying to ram into you or something like that.
Even driving Lagos is very interesting.
See, drive.
It's very interesting. It's like, bro, you guys have muscle. You don't even need to do leg day again in the gym. Like you are good to go as you're driving.
Let me tell you, I keep saying this thing that they'll come for me, but that's their business. Lagos drivers, everybody's mad on Lagos road, honestly, because it's like, what's happening? What is it? What's with the impatience, right?
Yeah.
And then what's going on? Even me that I'm complaining to it, I've gotten to it too.
You start doing it too.
I'll go agree for you too.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy, and then I now have road rage, and I'm like, why am I talking like this?
Yeah.
So like it's just too much. But when I'm driving in Abuja, it's like,
it's sweet.
It's so sweet.
Especially even at night. Like when you move at night, it's mad nice.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kai.
Man, I don't think anything can be done about that. I don't know. Road network in Lagos.
Please.
We will see.
Except we start having flying cars, and even that one, we'll be fighting in the air. But yeah, it's
interesting, and I have this curiosity about old Nigerian cities, especially even for films. I have a lot. By the way, I have a lot of movie ideas. Maybe I'll share those with you.
Please.
Yeah. So like some videos I watch about places in Uyo, Ibadan. Where's this place again? Oyo. Like these are culturally rich places.
That's another thing too. That I was having a conversation with somebody recently, and I was like, we are so rich, like Nigeria, right, with resources that we don't tap into for one reason or the other, right? In different sectors too.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I used to take like road trips back when it was safe. It's like I always liked window seats, right? If we're going somewhere or whatever, I love window seats. Even when I'm flying, like just allow me. Let me just be seeing, stuff. Because I love taking it. I like nature. and all of that. So it's like you're seeing all the landscape, you're seeing just all of these beautiful places that are undeveloped, right? And you're like, they're just sitting there. Okay, you don't want to develop it for whatever reason, but you're tearing down in this Lagos. You're tearing down a bunch of places to rebuild stuff, and you're like you're playing with nature, literally, with like the whole sand feeling and water this and blah blah blah. We're suffering for it, right? Whereas there's like a vast land, massive like land to create or like build on and stuff like that. For whatever reason, it might not be real estate to like live in, but it could be like theme parks or like
theme parks
or like resorts or stuff like, because people are like, oh yeah, Nigeria is like is a tourist attraction, blah blah blah. To who? Like, where are these people going to, right? I said, okay, this waterfall or this skinny and whatnot. But like, these are very compared to what we could tap into.
I have many thoughts about this, like thinking of all the possible tourist attractions that we could develop.
And then even down to like us creatives too, right? Our options are limited. Because now
I would disagree with that.
No, our options
are limited. Our imagination is limited.
Aside the imagination, right? Because you have to think within the box. but even if you are thinking outside the box, there are certain things, like I said, there are certain limitations. Insecurity is one. Do you get? By the time you think about, wanting to maybe shoot a film, which, by the way, depends on the length of the film. Some films were set for like a month, right? Some 2 months. Some might be less, 2 weeks, a week, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you now think of the logistics of that. Like, I'm going to have to transport my cast and crew, equipment, and etc. to wherever we are going to be doing that, right? And these things you can't necessarily also do by air. How many airports do we have in Nigeria, right? You have to go by road anyway. And it's now like, okay, what is the security situation of things? How are we certain that we're going to get to our destination safe? And we're not going to be robbed, kidnapped, or killed? Do you get? And it's like, I don't want to take that risk. Do you get? So many lives are like, I'm responsible for their lives. And my own life too. Do you get? And if anything happens or whatever, and we don't even have insurance. That's another thing too. When I say like, there's a lot of limitation. You don't have like insurance, life insurance, right? You don't have insurance for like the equipment and the resources that you're going to use, right? So if anything happens, you're just carrying this on your head. For what reason? Right? So it's like all these things. And then even aside that, right, you go to these places, you have to deal with power situation. Because there's no lights. Maybe you have to now be buying diesel or be buying fuel. And it's like, for how long do you want to run generator for to carry all these heavy duty equipment and all of these things? Or it could be accommodation.
What if we lean towards making more rural based stories?
You still have to shoot with those things. You have to shoot with a camera, with lights, with all these equipment, with your slider, with your gimbals. You have to use your steady cam. You have to have more, maybe cam A, cam B. You have to have your focus puller. You have to have your grip and equipment. So you need all those things.
Yes,
right?
True.
If not, you're not going to scale. You just be doing the regular African magic. Stuff that you want, like, that we see every day. So even in Hollywood, for instance, they do like all these their dated programs or shows and whatnot, but it's a full-on studio production regardless. It's not modern, it's not but like even with when they now want to tell African stories, right? and whatnot. It's still a full-on production,
Yeah.
regardless of the type of story that you're trying to tell.
True.
So these are the things that go into it that you're like,
Impediments. I have
are we
this
ready?
fantasy. Will I call it a fantasy? It's a fantasy because I don't know if you ever come to pass. But I have this fantasy where I'll spend like an entire year in a very rural part, or a bunch of time in a very rural part of the country, right? And I'll grow my own food. Do you feel me? I don't need a lot of luxury, to be honest. Like me personally, I'm very appreciative of like just nature of little things. But yes, like you said, security. If I can get security down, and I can know that, okay, this particular section of the land is good. And I'm just living in the forest. Yes. But like, yeah, I have that. I dream of that. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to explore
Maybe
that.
retirement now.
I don't think there's any such thing as retirement. I think
Really?
Yeah. Human beings we're animals. We just have to be in the arena.
So you don't think like, I mean,
What you do as work will evolve over time.
Yeah.
Perhaps now you're working in the city. At a certain point in time, you want to work in a place that is less so a city. Perhaps and that thing. But work as in work activity. Like if you had all the money in the world, do you know you would hate your life if you had everything automated and you had no desire to, or any task to go out and complete, any project to go out and you're just sat at home chilling. I think that's a curse. So,
it feels like a lack of purpose.
yeah, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
So that retire, I don't think, I wouldn't even want to, I wouldn't want to see a time where I now say I've retired.
I mean, retirement from work, though, but you still have other things that, like, maybe people decide that, that's when they want to travel, right? That's when they want to, like, maybe be more involved with certain things in the family.
Philanthropy, you want to start teaching.
Like, or going for, like, some humanitarian, you know, something, or I don't know.
So I suppose you can retire from something,
but
right?
that's also work too.
You can retire from something and start another. But the time that you're just retired, you're just
No, I don't think we rest until we die.
Correct.
So it's like, we're always in motion.
Correct.
So it's like, that's, but I mean, I think when people say retirement, they're just thinking like, work or work to earn or something like, you know, so it's like, and then they have like free time to now explore things that maybe they've been wanting to explore, right? For instance, you can now move to, not like you're not going to be doing anything though, but at least you don't have the pressure of, I have these emails to respond to, I have to work to earn this.
But don't you think that one can, to a large extent, design all these things into their active life, like even when they're young, as in cook up a work that allows you to have free time to still explore, to still...
We can.
Yeah.
We can.
So because like, you know how people look at life like, okay, I'm going to work 60-something years and then I'll leave. Like I'll be able to live life when I'm done working. After I'm done, blah, blah.
When I'm retired and
I don't subscribe to that, man. Nah, that can't be me.
No, so because aside the fact that it's like why do you want to wait?
Life is already happening. Life is now.
Now it's also like you don't actually even know how much time you do have.
Planning for you.
You're planning for a future you're not sure you'll be in.
God has given you the time up until now. What have you done with the 1 year given you that you're asking for 5 more years or 10 more years? Do you deserve?
I want to live to 80. Yeah. What if you're not living to 80? Right?
My advice would be to anybody to live now.
Live now.
Live now. Okay, fine. If you find yourself in a corporate environment where you're not as free, I mean, find a way to still cook up your freedom. Like, find a way to still enjoy life within those constraints.
I think that the work-life balance, but if we're being factual, there's some roles you might be like take on that is harder to find that work-life balance because of how much it demands of you.
Funny enough, I have this thing where I say, work is life. Life is work. So it's like, I'm not even trying to balance work and life. My life is work. My life is my work. Do you feel me? Like I'm always actively trying to solve for a reality that allows me to be myself, have freedom of choice in a sense, or at least have me so committed to something that is the reason I'm literally waking up today. Like I'm alive because I want to see this project through. Do you feel me? So work in that sense synergizes with life to where it's a privilege to be stressed out by a task you set for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. True. It is. It is. It is a privilege to actually be able to do what you like.
to when you come back at the end of the day like but tomorrow you're the one waking up again because you're excited. You're like boom boom.
Yeah, which is why we pursue like things, certain kinds of work or fields, right? That's not necessarily seen as the most lucrative one, right? Like for instance, a lot of people they ask, what do you want your children to become? Even our own parents too.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, I want to be a filmmaker. Are you a joker, madam? Like, what do you what do you mean? Want to be a filmmaker? Before they It was like, you just graduated from school. I know the conversations I had with. If not for the fact that me, I'm stubborn. So it's like, I'm already like, and to be fair, my brother already kind of paved the way for that, rebellion when it comes to this. So it's like, but it's like, in all honesty, like for instance now, for him, choosing to start like the business and all of that, I know the pushback that he got from our family. What do you mean? You want to go and start business from, like you just graduated, top of your class, engineering, you're so smart, blah, blah, blah. This and you could be pursuing your master's in like what MIT and whatnot, and you want to come and start business.
Yeah.
In a way and all of that. And then, so it was just this doubt because like I mentioned earlier, everybody likes the comfort or the security of like having like this job or something that like you're getting paid and whatnot. But if you don't take that risk and at least try, how are you sure like you're going to actually make it?
Right.
So it's like him doing that, pursuing and seeing how much it's grown. But even before it grew to this point, it's like on my own end too, I was like, this is something that I'm
good example.
Very passionate about on my own end too, right? So like something like what this speed guy did, right? Where he like did the whole African tour and all of that.
Yeah.
But because of how publicized it is, I don't think he really soaked it in, right? It's like spending a few days here or 2 days here, blah blah blah, right? And the whole world is like everybody's in your face.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily experiencing. You're getting like crumbs of these people who they really are. So it's like if you want to really understand them, or if you want to even tell stories about them, you have to live with them.
You have to be there. Yeah.
Yes.
Before we got that interruption, we were speaking about.
So I was talking about
your brother paving the way forward
for me to like now decide that I want to actually try out this thing, right?
Yeah.
Film and all. So I had just finished from school, project defense and all of that, and my brother had already like moved his business to Lagos. So it was like, what are you doing after school? Like just come straight from school here.
And you said it just now, anthropology and sociology.
And anthropology, yes. So it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Then I was like, I don't even know. I actually don't know, right? Like I knew I wanted to do, right? Because that was sort of, my aunt is kind of like my role model when it comes to, work and all of these things. So, I wanted to be like her, pursue certain things in that line, right? So like international relations
Yeah.
and all of that. She worked in the Ministry of Women Affairs and also like ECOWAS and was a director there and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm seeing all of that and I want to, also do that, which was what inspired me to go for sociology and anthropology. That was first line of rebellion because everybody said, go and do law.
Yeah.
Everybody said, go and do law. And I went to JAM office and
Yeah.
I went to JAM office and now decided to pick, first of all, the school it was UNN that, everybody was like, oh, go to UNN, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, fuck that. I don't want to go to UNN. A lot of people that I don't want to see, I don't want to be with are going to UNN. I'm going to music. So I first of all made that decision and then I was like, I don't want to do law. I want to do sociology and anthropology. I wanted to do international relations, but I didn't see it in like the school, courses and all of that. Apparently it was under a different name or whatsoever. So I was like, okay, sociology and anthropology. So I just picked it. Like, bro, it's like uni, right? So it's like, I'll figure it out. So yeah, everybody was like, what do you mean? You pick law, blah, 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 blah.
You actually resemble a lawyer. You give that lawyer vibes.
You see, so everybody says this thing, right? Where it's like, no, you actually should have been a lawyer because the way you argue, or the way you like stand up for certain things, and the way you present yourself, the way you speak, I'm like,
I'm a sociologist though, and an anthropologist.
But I'd rather not. I don't want to spend 5 years studying what only to come out and do, and then now go and do law school. Now come and be. I'm sorry. I see some lawyers in some places. I'm so sorry, guys. This feels like punishment. Even my friends too are lawyers. I'm like, yeah, I'll call you when I need help, but I'd rather not.
Till then.
So it's like, okay, I started rebelling, right? And then in school, I got the opportunity to like, be a leader and all of that and like fellowship and all that. And then it was like theater and drama. So then from there, I now made my first film, which was a student film. I'm not gonna tell anybody where to find it. But I sure made my first film, then in school. And I know how hard it was to get that project done, right? So it was like, but it felt very fulfilling. It was so fulfilling to me. And I was like, I've always, like from when I was younger, I told you like how I was like this kind of kid that had like different forms of expression. Like I liked music, I liked to dance, I liked acting, I loved watching movies, I liked writing stories, I used to draw as well. So it's like very art inclined, right? But then kind of channeling it into one direction, right? So I was like, oh, okay. Then it was like acting in theater and all of that I actually like being behind the camera and actually like telling my stories, right? So why not explore that? So after school then, my brother was like, okay, just come to Lagos and like work with the company while you're figuring out what you want to do and all of that. So it was like, okay. And I started working with the company and then I got like I applied for this whole filmmaking, like I think it was like online classes and stuff like that. We did like a film school, and I was one of the creatives that they picked. We did like a whole video whatsoever of like being creative in Lagos and all of that. So we were selected, and then we went through like 3 months of like training online and schooling, and then I now had to produce 6 projects simultaneously. I was like,
as part of the requirements,
for it, because we had to now like shoot everybody. So they separated us into zones based on where you are in Lagos, right? And I was they were like, so each zone will have 2 heads, and I was like one of the 2 heads for my zone. And that was like the biggest zone of all of us. Like we had like a lot of people, like hundreds of people. And then we were now tasked with making 6 projects. So 3 documentaries, 3 short films. And I had to produce all 6 of them, right? Alongside other crew members and all of that. So that was like, wow. It was challenging, but it was very like exhilarating in a way, like wow, like oh wow, okay, so this thing that I've just been like, it's like in my head, like when you say like a fantasy, right? I can actually do this. You get like, yeah, I did it in school, and it was like a student film and all of that. But then it's like the capacity you have to build to be able to do something like that, especially in Lagos where you're new, right? It's like, you know, and then from there I now got like scholarship to now go for the film school, physical classes and all of that, and then from that to another film school and all of that. So it's like taking these several leaps into this profession or career that is not ideally what, you know, your parents would want you to go into, right? Because it's like, where's the security in that? I think it wasn't until I got a job with a production company as an associate producer that they now like started coming down. Okay, she has a job. So it's like, you know, taking all those risks and all, it's like you could, right? But then there are certain, I think what led us to this was like, you know, certain professions that maybe would demand a whole lot more from you that you won't be able to really balance. And even with this creative, I can't balance my work-life balance is all over the place, right? Because, you know, people tend to say, oh, you know, if you're not working if you're not working a 9 to 5, you know, you have more. But if not working a 9 to 5 means you're working 24/7.
Facts.
If you get like, you get to clock out by 5 or 6.
Facts.
And, you know, shut down your laptop and be like, yeah, I'll pick it up tomorrow. Or I'll do like one hour of work to attend to these emails and all of that. And then tomorrow we resume by 9.
Yeah.
Not when you're a creative entrepreneur, right? And all of that. Like, you have to consider, if you're going somewhere, you're carrying your laptop because you need to write this script, or you need to like send this, you know, or you need to make calls, like, whoa, how far this thing now? You need to put a crew together. You're managing different projects all at once, as well as whatever work that you're also doing to put food on the table aside that. So you are working 24/7, right? Except when you're sleeping. Which you don't get enough of. So it's like, you know, that whole, to me, I feel like it's even a myth, the whole work-life balance, because is it really
I like how you said that, it's a myth. I love that.
Like, is it achievable?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think over time, more people will get to see that to be excellent at something, or to get to the 1% level of something, looking for balance is just unnecessary.
Nah.
Yeah,
you have
just
to go
unnecessary.
Extreme lengths.
Yeah. To stand out.
You have to.
Like, okay, imagine the idea that you want to, you have this persona that you have within yourself, and you want to bring that out into the world and have that be, like, say you're a comic, right? You want to do comedy. Do you know it's the dream of every person that feels like they're funny to make money just off of telling jokes, right? But then many of us still have to balance. Yes, you're a comic, but then, like you said, we have to still put food on the table. But then the truth is, if you're trying to balance them two, I believe, perhaps I'm not old enough to know how the arc completes, but if you're on the wavelength of you want to just earn money off of telling jokes, and you're not devoting all your waking hours into that, it will hardly materialize. It will hardly materialize. And all of us that are coming up in the labor market, we have our parents that are telling us, you need structure. You need to at least, if that your play thing, do we're in support, but like, you understand? Have something concrete. But, whereas like that play thing can actually be the concrete thing.
Exactly.
But it's like, how do we get that? How do we get that going?
I think also because, like, it still returns to like the whole system thing to societally, right? It's like, because these other fields, engineering, finance, health, education, law, all these like fields have been developed over centuries to be what they are today, right? And this whole creative freelance.
You're
there's
pulling
all
from
of
the
that.
ethos.
It's like, it's new.
Yeah.
It's not new like as it's been there before we were born, but like it's new compared
Relatively,
to these,
yeah.
compared to these other systems that have been there.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't compete on the same level per se because it's like you're already at a deficit.
Do you know, funny enough, these all these rules, all this architecture, all these engineering, AI is going to disintermediate a lot of them to where it's now going to be the flip of it, as in the thing to do will be creative jobs.
Yeah, because then you can
automate a lot of these things.
Yeah, but this one is more, it's more personality based,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which I don't know how long it's going to take them to do, but you can't necessarily get it from.
You cannot. It's not even, nobody can do it.
It doesn't have a soul.
Yes.
So it's like, That's why every time you open like Google and stuff like that, you see one article like 10 jobs that are going to be non-existent in. It's like, damn.
See, even driving is one of the industries that employs the most people in the world. Driving.
Yeah.
And it's already, in fact, it's gone.
It's going.
You feel me? And then most tasks in engineering, be it algorithms, calculations, all of this admin, jacky work, AI is going to carry all of them. Like anything that is repeatable, right, and is programmable, algorithms will take it over.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
But then no one can program the beauty that is the soul of Florence. You feel me? And no one can replicate it because even you don't know the depth of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't excavated enough to know the depth of your brilliance. So it's over time that as you're becoming yourself, you're increasing in capacity, you're increasing in brilliance. And how can algorithms take what even you, the creator, don't know?
Yeah. True.
So so that's a positive thought.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I'm calling for you.
Yeah, it's a really uplifting thought if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
interesting.
Yeah. So it's
I feel on top of the world now.
It's a really interesting time to be a creative.
Yeah, actually it is.
Like me, like thinking about even the tools that are available today that are already getting automated, graphics design and blah blah blah, and all these type of creations. Yeah, so perhaps before you would need an artist and blah blah blah. But like now you just need somebody that can speak, that can think clearly, that can give the right prompts, and they will get a brilliant result. But people, for the most part, still rely on, like, you as your individual brilliant person, the kind of prompt as a creative, the kind of prompt that you would give to a tool that is aiding your graphics design will be way more improved and better output compared to somebody that is just a bland Joe off the streets trying to do graphic design with the same AI. So even in that sense, the expression that the creatives will use that tool to deliver is still going to be sought after. Your creative acumen is going to command a premium. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I think about that and it gives me this uplifting, it uplifts my mood because that's just really it. That's just really it. Many of the things, like I even see it, like even people that are going to oil rigs, a lot of oil rigs, they are going to get automated to where you need less and less more people. Yes. Yes, because, and by the way, as we get into this world where they're now going to be integrating robots in everyday P, less humans will want to do the dirty work of blah, blah, and then either basically it'll be a fusion of automation and robotics that will be doing all those type of dangerous, type of P. Then, so imagine a world where automation and robotics takes over things like oil rig work, even some kind of farming be done by robots, preferably, right? Dangerous work like that. Humans are going to be left with, if you don't get creative acumen, we be say.
Like, what becomes of you?
Do you understand?
Actually, what becomes of people like
People.
that?
So
Because imagine, like, that's like billions of people out there.
yeah. That's why I say we're in a brave new world. We're going to see. We're going to see. Yeah, we're going to see. Because, I mean, there's no other way humans are going to evolve other than that. Like, even now, there's things that you would rather not do because you know that it can be automated.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? And now, come a time where automation is now so rampant, so infused into our day-to-day. You'll be left with you and your mind, though.
That's a dangerous thing.
You just be left with you and your mind.
Dangerous thing.
So a lot of people will eat themselves up. A lot of people's mind will eat them up. But then it's going to be a world that is going to call out for more creative people. Come show your distinctness. Because by the way, automation is just bland aggregation of every other person's work.
Yeah.
Every other person's expression. It's nothing new. It's just aggregating it.
We're feeding it now.
Right. So human progress will rely on these originals that are even less influenced by the world around them and are seeking out the creativity within.
But what about the situation where even those people now begin to rely heavily on these automated?
Don't call it
AIs?
rely. They would be like the creme de la creme of this class of individuals would be people that are now programming the machines.
Yeah, but like we're talking numbers now, right? Statistically speaking, right? Say like, yeah, in a world of 100 million creatives, 70 is already like 70 becomes the consumers, right?
Yeah.
So they're the ones that are like using it to, like I said, like, oh, we want to use it to make things either faster or etc. and whatnot. And where there's no regulation, you begin to lose yourself in that. Where it now becomes this easy piece. It's easy.
I envision a world where there will be so little for humans to do that if you don't know how to generate what to do with yourself from within, you eat yourself up. Just if we sit on that for a minute, just imagine that world. Because at the end of the day, everybody's a creator. Everybody's a creative, right? We all have a way we see the world that perhaps the next person don't see the world. And that's the creative thing that we're talking about. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting time, man, going into the coming years. Very interesting.
Obviously, I was saying, the world will end at 2012.
Yeah. You know how many pastors have predicted 2021?
I mean, said last year also.
2026.
Now,
Africa, the illusion of the spiritual is going to, like, God is going to remove the scales from a lot of Africans' eyes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because damn. Like, people are so gullible, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It has to fall off. At some point, it has to fall off. Do you see? Like, I don't know. When you think about just how engrossed we are with, like, church, religion, as opposed to being engrossed in industry, in enterprise, in actual work. Don't worry now. It's going to clear for me shortly. Just in a short while. You clear for a lot of people.
That's crazy.
Because, like, sometimes you watch what's going on in places like China, where you see how advanced they are with energy, with drones, with robotics, automation, and you're like, bro, these people are not on Earth with us.
They are not. I can attest to it.
They're not on Earth with us.
Because I'm like,
I'm telling you.
You can't be serious. Even more advanced than some of these so-called Western.
Yes, now. China is far ahead, though. Jesus
like,
Christ.
they are so
Asia
ahead.
is far ahead.
Yeah, Asia. But, like, obviously China, like, let's say Japan, for instance, right? It's like, bruh, that's insane. Like, who are these people that are thinking about these things? Aside the fact that, okay, it's like, yeah, they are more, or would I say, like I said earlier, like they are more considerate of their people. Like they're thinking of solutions to, before you even know it's a problem, they are thinking of how to solve that problem, right? And, they are creating, they might take from here and take from here and whatnot, but whatever they now decide to make of it, bro, you've not seen it. You get?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
The minds of these people that work, and then the collective nature of them. Because if we're being honest, like I said earlier, we are our own problem here. We are not.
And it starts from young.
Like to think that we are.
It starts from young.
Yeah.
It starts from young. Like if you see videos about like how the Chinese children in little schools, elementary school, how they're training them, what they're training them on, like how to integrate proper into society and how to think about group work and unison and maintenance and cleanliness and all these type of things. We don't have that.
We don't have that.
I saw one picture of Nigerian school where they were writing exams, and then they had spaced them out in their open field. Like this was under the sun. Yeah, in their open football field, they spaced out these children. Jesus.
Let me tell you.
See, our schools here, right? I feel like, and I spoke with somebody yesterday, and we landed on the same point that our schools here are teaching us about respect your elders, not innovation, not science.
Thank you.
No.
As I said, where would you rather your children's school?
Oh my God.
Here or abroad? Let's be honest, because it's like it's very redundant things that we're like recycling, and teaching generation to generation. Yeah. Like I feel like part of me wasted 4 years of my life in university.
True.
Do you get? Like your lecturer is coming and is reading from a note that he used to teach your predecessors of 10 years earlier.
He has not updated.
He has not updated the shit, man. Like what are you doing? Yeah. And then they're, you're being assessed by what it's like dump and give me back.
If you can cram and pour.
Exactly. So it's like you're not enabled to think for yourself. Yeah. You're not enabled to
there's no arena
to like
for us to test out that.
Exercise what you need to learn in order to even make your society better. Yeah. It's just history lessons. Yeah. And the histories sometimes are not even
they are warped still.
They are warped. So it's like
I swear.
We have a long way to go.
We do. We do.
And we've not accepted that we do.
Anyway, we'll see how it all unfolds, especially when it comes to our policies, like you were saying. Our policies aren't even matching up to the times that we're in. People are still talking about banning crypto and like...
Oh my God. Like, can you be for real?
Yeah, they haven't even caught up.
When I say like, the infrastructure is against us. Because how are you trying to ruin legitimate ways that people are trying to earn? Right. Things that are legitimized abroad. But because you can't necessarily understand or control it, it's like it's not going to exist. That's an oppressive way to think.
True. As well.
It is even in the world.
As well. I'm telling you, thinking about being an African creative many times, like, it's sport, but it's also like, I see it like you just have to get yourself out of that mental prison. Like, stop seeing yourself operating in the physical Africa. Operate in the almost fictionalized perception of the Africa that you would prefer to live in, you see, and create out of that. Draw inspiration from that. Yeah. As opposed to Lagos is drudge, Lagos is such and such, and hence I'm going to stay indoors, I won't do blah blah. It's like, because I see creation and things that you would put out as you creating for a future unbeknownst to a large extent. Like, And then also understanding that the world is already there. They're ahead of us. They're already there. Or they are moving quicker than us. And to integrate on that pace, you just have to decouple from the constraints of now, constraints of our reality. That's the only way to go about it. Otherwise, you just sound like a broken record.
Yeah.
Why are you just complaining? Yeah, complain. Yeah, we all know that that's what's happening.
How do you carve your own way?
Yeah. You just have to exist in your mind a lot to be a proper African creative. I would even say, like, many of the people that are good, like they've created African stories or they're creators in Africa and they're creating good stuff. You see that it's because they have Western exposure. And then they're basing their creativity on their exposure to those Western systems, right? So, and now we are consuming Western content. We have access to what they're doing on a day-to-day, YouTube, whatever the case may be, their own programming. Why haven't we, a lot of us, clocked that indeed there's like a pace to what creativity is about in the realm of the living right now? Forget that you're in Africa, forget that you're in Johannesburg, wherever, Lagos, wherever. There is a pace to creativity now. And to hit the milestones that you're pointing out, they are hitting those milestones. You actually have to operate on that pace.
Yeah.
So I think of it in like, when I was thinking of starting this, like this YouTube and this podcast, I was like, oh, so what are the limitations? What is going to make me inconsistent? And I'm thinking like, okay, perhaps light, location, equipment, and such. I'm like, okay, equipment-wise, I know that is actually constraining a lot of creatives in Africa, in Nigeria. Just because, well, for two reasons. One, they don't think that they can start with what they have. A lot of people have iPhone 17s and they still don't see that as enough. The second thing is, yes, there's some equipment that you have to rent and such and such and such. Then other constraints. But like me, I'm thinking I can solve that constraint of equipment by just procuring. Perhaps someone can then come and say, hey, but you had money. But I worked for the money first. To then go and then procure the equipment, right? And then, okay, I've solved that constraint. The next maybe is location. Ooh, what if I go rent a house and rent a studio and turn that studio into where I also sleep and really like immerse myself in the environment of creativity, in that creation? Then I've solved for location too.
Yeah.
You see? And so the more you keep solving to remove the constraints, like, and increase your leverage, you start seeing that, you can actually be more consistent than most people think.
True. Once you reduce the barrier of entry.
Yeah. You find that even the limitation, and by the way, some people have the equipment, they have the claim that they want to do certain things. But you know, is a lot of it still boils down to we are a very lazy lot.
Oh no!
But that's just the truth too. Like, we can justify our laziness. I believe that's why
We
can justify our laziness.
If it's justification you want.
Yeah.
I know I do. We justify everything why I've not done this one, I've not done that one. Yeah. There's all of this happening, but like,
we have sufficient reasons to point for being lazy. We have sufficient reasons to say we don't have infrastructure, we don't have But there's still people that break out nonetheless.
Yeah. True.
So I think it still boils down to the individual.
It's like not identifying the problem or not limiting yourself to the
In fact,
problem.
that problem becomes the way.
Yeah.
The constraint becomes the way forward. As in, imagine, like I say to myself, like, what if despite all of these things, what if despite the fact that they used to take lights when I'm recording podcasts, or what despite the fact that I don't have the blah 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 or the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, what if I still try and be consistent? What if that in and of itself is an incredible feat? You know, and then see what happens. I don't want to be the part of those people that like just
Shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I was going to.
Yeah.
I wanted to. And it's funny because like I used to be one of those. I don't even know if I might still be one of those people, honestly, because it's like even before, like, you asking me the other day, like, the whole film reviews and, you know, YouTube stuff and all of that. Like I said, like, I had that channel, you know, was consuming and blah, 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 but it's like, I want to actually be putting out stuff, but I just didn't know what. Like, I didn't feel rest in my heart for, like, some of the ideas that I was having. Oh, I want to talk about it. I want to do this. I want to do this. But they never really stuck as much as, oh, wait, you're actually in film. And you do be talking about film a lot.
Right.
And you do be participating in all of these things, like, and making a real. Why not, you know, do that and whatnot? And then now became a thing of, okay, I have the idea, but, like, I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like, oh, I have the time because I was working like a 9 to 5 in a production company, blah, 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 and whatnot. Or I don't feel like I have the equipment. But, like, you can start on your phone, right? You get, you know, I don't feel like, where am I going to shoot? Yeah, I'm living in this house. You are living in this house that has, like, how many places that you could shoot at, right? And it's like, I don't have the time to edit. You know, there's always going to be a reason why you shouldn't do something until you finally decide. And then when I now decided to do it, I just shot like one and, like, edited it. I didn't now even have follow-up. I was like, if I don't do this thing now, I'm going to start. I was like, okay, let's start, right? And I'm not going to lie, it's been quite an on and off journey with, like, consistency and all of that, but I know how fulfilling it was for me to actually now finally execute, because it was not like I just did talk. No, they do. And I hate that. Like, generally speaking, like, I don't just be a talker. Have motion, right? Lying. Do what you say you're going to do. In fact, maybe don't even say it. Just do it.
Just a show result. Just a drop result. Just a drop result, they go.
Because then you're just going to be like, yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
But everybody does
They'll be feeling you.
Yeah, bro, I get it. Yeah. But, like, at some point, even the people in my life had to now be honest with me. Like, am I really saying that you want to do this thing? Just do it.
Right.
Right? You've been saying you want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
You know, even with this, like my short films and stuff like that too. Also, the whole thing of, everybody wants to make the next big thing. But then they forget that you have to start small, right? Or take certain steps. Everybody wants to just be the master without realizing that you need to be the student as well. And being the student requires work, exercise, consistency, training, right?
Mistakes,
failure, right?
Humiliation,
exactly.
or the risk of it.
So it's like you have to actually put yourself through these different stages to get to that grand idea that you have in mind, right? So when you wake up from that reality of, oh yeah, I don't have this, I'm like, what is my content going to look like? What's my film going to look like? I don't have this. I want to do it right. How are you going to do it right if you don't start? Right? How are you going to get to that point of, even if, yes, maybe you have this idea that you're babysitting so much because it's so dear to you and you don't want to fuck it up and all of that. Bro, just do it. Because, like, you don't know how
there's something beautiful about iteration. Like, you do again, then you collect feedback, then you do again, collect feedback, then you...
Do you know how, like...
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think another thing is we treat these things as if they are all we have, right? Like, these ideas. But the same way you got this idea, the same way you can get another
one. Yeah.
A more refined one, even based off of your exposure and your experience.
Yeah.
So you're just being like, yeah, I have this. The same thing you're thinking about, 15 other people are thinking about it, but differently.
Correct.
5 of those people are going to execute it. And you just be there thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's why you're not going to grow. You're not going to get more inspiration and whatnot. At some point, your mind, I know they work again.
You know, I think about it like...
all the ideas I'm giving you, you're not doing it. Leave me.
Yeah. I think about it like, is that... Like, I think we were talking yesterday and I mentioned it too. Constraint and curiosity. So everything that is a reason not to do something are your constraints. And then everything that you desire to do, that's your curiosity.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's somebody that is living your curiosity already, like your desired life, your desired outcome, whatever the case may be. The funny thing that I learned, even attempting to do things, is all your constraints are just cards that you get to play. And as you're playing those cards, you play these constraints at this point, play this constraint at this point, at this point. It's in the doing, in the pursuit of your curiosity, that you then form a picture, a trail that becomes your own thing.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Because your curiosity will always even shift.
Exactly.
It will always shift, but perhaps your constraint is always perhaps going to still be the same. And you will start experiencing new kinds of
ones, yeah.
constraints along the way.
At different stages, there will be one roadblock somewhere.
Yeah.
You know.
When I talk to myself like that, it's like, whatever reason that you have that is a complaint, Oga, find a way around that. Find a way around that. Because, I mean, to do something, to do anything, there's always going to be, like you said, God will reveal that idea to a lot of people, you know, and God wants to be entertained. To be honest.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, God wants to be entertained. So that's why he's dropping this. And you say, wisdom, they come complete. Wisdom, they come 1-1.
Yeah.
But when you do, you go, Oti, go expand. You do again, Oti, expand again. You get, and that's how, like, as your OT now keeps expanding, you'll be like the first documentary that I did on the channel, Can I Really Create Anything Good in Nigeria? When we're done with it, I was like, this is a banger, this is wonderful, this is excellent. But like me going to do another documentary, I know that I can do better than that one.
Of course.
But it bust my head that time.
I said it now, like, you see that film that I made that year, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
you know,
if I deserve an Oscar, I
I'm
could
the first
die.
to do this student film here and all of that. Like, I rubbed it to your face. All of it, I said, no, I want not. But now it's like, where can I see? Huh? You said what?
Exactly. Don't expand. You know? Yeah.
So like,
It's good to talk to. That self-talk is good. Self-talk is good, I'd say, because also very encouraging. The more you tend to do something, the more you tend to know that you don't know anything about that thing you're doing. Bro. Yeah.
It's very humbling.
And then giving oneself grace, I suppose, is something else. Because like, to say I know everything, I don't they do now. Make gonna give me grace. I don't know everything.
Exactly. True.
I mean, I wish more people get access to that mindset for themselves, it will help a lot. Because I see a lot of people that just fall into like this depressive, this analysis paralysis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You all overthink.
You don't think the whole food thing from A to Z.
God damn! If you can write a thesis on it, analyze this too.
I swear, if there was a business that is just, they drop idea, Jesus, all Nigerians will be billionaires. Every creative will be a billionaire. Just they drop idea.
No. You've thought of this thing in 1,000,001 ways.
Yeah.
But
it's very interesting. But then when you start executing, or when you start, for example, the movie reviews, what's something that you're like you were telling yourself prior to doing it that you shouldn't do it? Did you tell yourself people will say you be I too know or whatever like that? Abby?
So like, okay. You see, that's the thing, right? You know, different things. Aside the fact that I was like, oh yeah, like what am I going to do? Blah blah blah. Am I going to do blah blah blah? What not? Until we now got the DJI camera, because like I didn't know how to. We had like the Canon professional cameras and whatnot, but yeah, I'm not the cinematographer. That's the one aspect of like film that I'm not like I can write, I can direct, produce, edit, blah blah blah, and whatnot. But you see the cinematography, I leave that to you. I work with y'all, but like so it's like I'm not skilled there. Do you get? And I didn't now take out the time to learn. Do you get? it wasn't until like, okay, we now got the DJI camera, right? That was now like an easy camera you can shoot on and all of that. So it's like, okay, now bring all the lights in the house and do all of it. So aside the fact that I felt like I was unprepared, there was also this doubt of like, what do I have to say? So it's like, what do you want to say? What do you want to tell people, right? That makes them feel like you know what you're saying. It's like me feeling the imposter syndrome. Like I feel like a fraud. Do you get? Where it's like I've not executed to the point that I would like to, film wise, right, and career wise. That I feel like I am ready to speak on certain things, right? Yeah, I've had like about 5+ years of experience in film, from film school and then working and shooting, and I've shot so many projects. A lot of them are like small project shots and whatnot, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they are projects regardless, right? And they all came with their different, pros and cons and issues and, fulfillment as well and all of that. But convincing myself that was worthy enough for me to speak about certain things, for me to speak on the works of other people, for instance, especially, it's like, who are you to do that?
Type B.
Right? So it was like, that was something that I struggled with a lot before, obviously, like, sometimes you say external validation doesn't matter, but sometimes it helps because you don't actually, it's the people who are watching you that can tell you some of the things that you're missing about yourself. So, hearing like the people closest to me or people I've worked with and all of that say certain things about like my capacity, right? Or the way that I think or the way that I speak about certain things, especially when it comes to like film and work and things that I'm passionate about. It was like, okay, if one person feels this way about this, then another person might feel that way, right? And maybe, who knows, 10 people might, and it could go to 100, and then, whatever, however long it takes. But am I really going to just like sit on it and like limit myself because I'm afraid of what pushback, of people telling me that I'm not enough?
You ain't shit.
Like, fuck you. So it's like, am I really going to let myself? Because I'm sure these people who got to where they are right now, even film critics or people who make stuff online, they're not filmmakers per se, but they started somehow, right? And they might not have known half the things that, we filmmakers know, but they learned over time. Their thoughts were becoming more refined because of the content they were making, and etc. And then even the filmmakers who also, make films or talk about films and stuff like that, they also started from somewhere. They didn't know Jack too. Some of them didn't go to film school and blah blah blah. In fact, people are like, the film school is a waste of time and whatnot. Right? They learned on the job, they learned from networking, they learned like from watching and consuming stuff, right? So it's like, why are you now going to be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to challenge myself to try this? Because another thing is, if I'm going to do it, obviously, I want to know that I'm coming with material.
Right.
So I'm going to feed myself too, in order to know that, what I'm bringing to the table is quality food. Do you get? But if you're just going to be like, I'm afraid to do it, and then not do it, how will you grow? How will you grow in capacity? How will you grow in knowledge too? Right? How will you grow? You're not exercising those muscles. So it's like, that was something I really needed to talk myself out of.
And that fear still happens no matter what stage you are.
It does. Every stage till now, I still have like those moments of.
I watched this interview with Chioma, this Nigerian actress. Excuse me, her name is Chioma Chukwuka. Right. Where she was like, they cast her for a movie, and even she was still feeling jitters, like Mark, how are you still feeling jitters?
Someone that has been doing it for decades, right? So it's like, but you always have that.
So, I'm going to be sharing this idea with any filmmaker I come across. Because I really want to see it come to light. And the idea is the impact or the reality that many Nigerian families have of siblings, some siblings going out, or basically the siblings going out to different countries to school, right? And what it does to the fabric of the home back home. I don't think that has not been done ever. I've searched. So I don't know how that would be dramatized or how that would be depicted or how all the different scenarios that typically tend to happen would be fused into, perhaps it could be a series, perhaps it could be one movie. But yeah, what do you think about that movie idea, that film idea?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting take. Like you said, it's not one that I would say has been like a theme of a film that like I've seen or heard about.
Yeah.
Like you do see films where it's like, oh yeah, people like the family in different parts that are coming back for so and so thing, but that's not really the base theme of it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that would actually be, it is a good idea, and it's something that should be explored. Because that's
the reality of many families.
A lot of families, especially in Nigeria, right? Where it's like the Japa culture.
Thank you.
You know, it's like, yeah, this person has to go to this school and whatnot. And for some reason, their siblings can't go to that country too, for one reason or the other, and then they have to go to another place. And then, you know, how those systems shape them individually and affect their own
relationship, even the sibling relationship.
With each other. And whatever, okay, also now they now start their own families too. That's now a whole other thing. And extend. And a whole other thing. Do you get? So, I think, like, when was it? Was it like 2 years ago that we were doing recce, right? We were looking at locations for film. And you know, we went to some houses in Ikoyi. Big houses, so big compounds and whatnot. What is there? Maybe just a caretaker or something, right? Like family pictures, all of that. You know that this is like old money houses, right? These houses have been there for it. It's not like this modern minimalist, all of that. But like you can tell that it's been void of human presence or connection in years.
Yeah.
Maybe aside 30 December they come back and whatnot, right? But aside that, it's like, and it's like this is what we're talking about. Like everybody will just like go, and then you lose touch with, like you said, your roots.
And even experience, like the parents think that it's still the same child.
But it's not though.
It's hardly ever the same child.
Not.
Because they have to survive there with a different system, with a different everything. Yeah, I think that will be very interesting.
It will.
That's
an angle. That's an angle.
You pay me royalty if you explore it too. You give me serious royalty like this. But yeah, I think that would be an interesting one to do.
Yeah.
I have another one that is, like, this one has been explored to some degree, but perhaps it hasn't been explored the way I think about it. I did one Afropreneurship episode on my channel about a conversation with the Nigerian prince. As in, what led this individual, this stereotype, let's say the stereotype becomes an individual. So what led that individual to actually indulging in these activities that has now become this Nigerian prince type of thing, right? What leads somebody? How does the fraudster justify his activities? Exploring it from their lens. Maybe a controversial one.
I want to say, like, we have, like you said, it's been explored right?
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of times, like, all these films about, although we don't have a lot of films on fraud, cybercrime, and all of that, but the few that we do, you always, that's one thing with, like, film, you always have to somewhat, like, if it's the protagonist, for instance, right? How do you make the audience somewhat empathize with him? or her, right? And how you do that is making certain situations that they are in be like the push to do what they are doing, right? So it's
when
like
most people watching will be like, "Oh,
so it's like I worked on a film like that, that with like my BAP Productions, right? It's not out yet. It's called Wire. So it's similar. It's the same kind of like context and all. So it's like you do have that framework of I want to explore these people too, but I feel like there could be other ways, other parts or intricacies of that can be explored on its own.
In what sense?
Actually, in what sense? Because maybe because I'm not really familiar with that network of
the ecosystem.
The ecosystem of that. So I wouldn't know like in what areas, right? But aside obviously like these people and why they are doing it or pursuing that. But there could be other ways or different forms of like operation that could be explored, right? But I do see that.
I see you taking mental notes. Let me be alerting my accountant. We're expecting royalties soon. Calm down.
No, involve me in the process. No, we did together.
A third one is, so you know how there's been a lot of stories told about the brashness of men and the abuse from men to women. Little has been explored, I would say, to fit my palate or to fit my own curiosity or fit my viewing pleasure on the horrors that women do to men. Domestic abuse, emotional manipulation, all these stories. And in the lens of not making...
It's a very interesting interesting one to bring to my table.
Yeah. I think...
Oh my God.
So we know that there's a lot
on behalf of all women.
There's a lot that goes on both sides. But I think from male to female is more prominent on screen than perhaps people don't know how to attack the idea of women just being vile to men so
I don't think it's something that hasn't been explored.
No, that has been explored. I'm just saying to my own viewing pleasure. I haven't seen it.
What is this pleasure that you want?
Oh my God.
Question. Let's start from there.
So many of the adaptations I see are too... They are not... they haven't hit the nail on the head. Yeah, they haven't hit the... They will perhaps portray the thing as the woman is doing it as a result of the man did before. Or she's being wicked or she's being manipulative because there's a reason that he did. Type of P or revenge type of P. But like, I haven't necessarily seen, perhaps in recent times, I haven't seen something that is just like everybody... By the way, perhaps the story can start with everybody feels like it's the man that is the aggressor. Perhaps it can start with a moment of something happens that grips you as like, everybody's on the woman's side. But then there's this big reveal at the end that shows that, it's actually the woman that is the root of all the evil. Yeah, that storyline. I have a lot of ideas about that.
It's funny because... This just reminded me of a story that a friend of mine, or let's say an acquaintance of mine, like we went to film school together, right?
Yeah.
So she reached out to me about directing a story that she had in mind of like producing. And it was something like that. I don't even want to say the name of the project. So it's not like, I now cast a project. And it's like, although it never, I don't know if it even ever came to like maybe I don't know if you ever did it with someone, but I don't think so because I would have seen, right? But it just never, it was just like swept under the rug and stuff. But it was something like that, where in fact, this, I think I know talk too much, but basically, she was the aggressor, right? But everybody thought that she was maybe the victim or the guy was the bad guy until it was now revealed, like somebody was now saw into what was going on, right?
Yeah.
So
and done in a very intellectual way where the man is a very competent man. The man is a man of doings, like a man of actual repute, right?
Yeah.
But then the sinister nature of the lady or the thing or the activities or the things that the situations.
What do you think that we've explored this with our actually old Nollywood movies? Patience Ozoko and
Now, Patience Zoko was like mommy or elderly female figure doing these things, right? So perhaps mostly women. Because the Patience Ozokos will do to young women.
I think there was also, wasn't there this whole Genevieve era too, where she was also playing roles like that, where she was like but I'm not sure it was necessarily in the angle. That you're coming from.
I'm sure somebody has done something relating to that, Sha.
I think why the frequency of the male to female is because of the statistics of it in reality, right? Of like the actual
or how unreported it is in the flip side.
Is it just on? I'm not saying it's not, like it is unreported, right? Because if people actually start talking to you about some of the things that were done to them by other females, you'd be like,
Yeah.
So it's like men obviously don't feel safe to come out about stuff like that. What?
Yeah. I mean, I feel you, yeah.
So it's like, you just hear very little of those instances, right? But still, right, would I say, maybe the consequences of them, of the flip side, of like the male to female, are more recurrent and evident than that of the female to male. Right? So it's like, when you look at femicides or,
what's that?
So basically like when, you have the man killing, attacking and killing or whatever it is that he's doing.
What do you call it? Femicide. That's a new term. I haven't heard that before.
That's what like, femicide, that's what it is now. So it's like basically the killing of women by men, especially men who like maybe they were men who were trusted or so whatever, both trusted, both strangers, both what. So it's like the frequency of that globally, right? And even the ones that are still not even reported too, right? So it's like, that's why a lot of times it's like when that conversation of the flip side is like,
if you can handle it, leave it.
Compared to it now becomes like a gender war where you now start seeing people who are mathematicians. What? If you divide it by
I think movies should be like on screen. You're reflecting the soul of society back to itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's more rampant to see more films like that, because that's what is basically is experiences on news and stuff like that, information that is feeding ideas, right?
Yeah.
To create anything.
I think for me, I like contrarian. I like exploring contrarian topics, aspects that even it feels taboo-ish. People don't want to go touch.
Yep.
But like it's existing, you can't shy away from it. But it takes a bit of boldness to go explore that. Yeah, I like that. So anyway, these are all ideas. We'll see if any of them come to light. We'll see.
Taking notes.
Yeah. But I have this because when I started my own career, I started as a writer. And for the most part, I still do spend a lot of time in my head. Penning down, scribbling down ideas, scribbling down thoughts. I post a lot on LinkedIn, just different things, some for marketing's sake, some for just expressing myself. And I look at society with the lens of, I don't like status quo. I don't like it. And there's a lot of niche areas that ought to be explored that will be refreshing, right? Like when Tyler Perry explored acrimony, it was beautiful. I enjoyed that movie, you know, and he showed it in a way that was...
And now there's a lot of backlash for his representation of Black women. Because it's not like, oh, he's always representing Black women as angry,
he's milking that, he's actually milking that,
bro, yes.
But that's when you see money now.
You did the second time. Now it's becoming
it's actually his shtick.
Yeah,
he does that a lot. But that's true. I think he himself, he has typecast his own productions to be mostly that. But anyway, depicting that in the way he did in that particular movie, I thought it was very rich. Because when you watch a movie that you know it's a movie, but like he's really erupting something in you, you're like arguing with somebody in real time.
It was that movie.
People say, is it the man's fault? Is it the lady's fault? Exactly. Everybody has points. Hey, those stuff. Like you leave the cinema or wherever I watch, you feel like, there's something to talk about here. Or there's something he should have done. Why did he put that? I love all those type of things. Yeah. Same. But we'll see how it plays out. I won't actually have interest in making movies though.
We should talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
I have interest in doing, because we'll see.
Honestly, because why not? Why not?
It's stories, it's represent. And something else I like to do is I like to look at people and I'll be like, these two people pair well in a movie. Like, I think I'll be a very good casting director.
Oh, yeah, now. Come on.
I think I'll be, because I can look at, I have the thing where I can look at somebody and perhaps in a role that they want to be in, look at the array of people that are available to match them in that role. And I think I'll be very good at picking who will match.
Who will you match me with?
Depends on the role.
I pick a role.
So are you saying romance? Are you saying...
Pick one. You pick one.
Okay. I would cast you proper in a role where you cheated on a man.
Ha!
I think that would be a good adaptation. And then the man has to be like, somebody that is proper still, somebody that no woman would ideally cheat on. But I think you play that role proper. Yeah. And you cheat in a way where it's like, it was like an emotional, like, it wasn't like you're a wicked woman type of thing. It was like, I don't know, maybe an ex that, a blast from the past. And it was a thing where you actually didn't mean to do it, but body can't be firewood. And you were so apologetic after, and you were like doing everything to like win, to keep the relationship stable. And at the end of the story, the man actually like forgives you after the whole arc of pain and after the whole...
forgive me.
I don't know, but I think, you do that well. You have that image.
Jesus!
like when I say you have that image, you can portray that image. I would imagine. Yeah. But that's one.
Two?
You want to? I mean, off the top of my head, that perhaps you'll be able to play. Let me see. I'd have to think. But it's just role dependent. If I see what the script is, and I see the characters potentially to be casted, I will be brilliant with picking people.
Stats.
I'll be brilliant. But anyway, we'll see what time says.
It's not easy, Sha. I can't lie. Because I also did like casting director. I still do casting director work. And it's like, it's crazy.
I would imagine so, yeah.
But yeah.
Something to explore. We are living for a very long... I reckon I'll live for a very long time. So there's a lot to do. My father always say, if you do all today, what will you do tomorrow? So yeah.
True.
So that's good. I appreciate you for coming to do this with me. This has been a lovely conversation.
I'm not even going to lie. Like I said earlier, like I was nervous. Like I would say like I'm more of a listener than I am a talker, right? So a lot of times, like I have like certain, let's say, battery levels when it comes to that. So it's like, I'm kind of like, so first of all, I'm socially awkward, right? Like I'm an introvert. So it's like, I'm more introverted than I'm extroverted. So a lot of times with like new places, settings, people, I kind of like just stick within my shell, right? And it was a problem, a proper problem. Like people didn't like me, they hated my guts because they're like, this person
you seem bitchy, innit?
Yeah, like I'm a snob. I don't know why you always frowning. Like, this is my face. Like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? Like, come on. Like, am I supposed to be smiling for no reason? Like, I'm supposed to walk into my door. Like, come on. Or then, like, reporting it to my friends that I don't be, saying hi to them, blah, blah, blah. I just stick. So when I have, like, my people, I just stick to them, right? I'm very big on, like, that loyalty or connection and stuff like that. So, it's when I realized it was really bad was when I went to Ireland for my cousin's wedding, right? And then before the actual wedding, it was like all these like obviously preliminary like get-togethers. So there was like a pre-wedding shindig, whatever. And my aunt now came to me because I was just sitting on the table. It was more like, people already knew each other. Right, the bride's family, the groom's family, people in Ireland, people who know each other from Nigeria, and all of that. So it's like I'm just on my phone, right? And then my aunt now comes and she's like, you need to actually like start trying to like network and talk to people and get out of like that comfort zone. You're here, you're in a whole different country, and you're just on your phone, or you're just like very secluded. If it's not me that you're talking to, or maybe your cousins, it's like, like speak to people. You might, that fear of rejection, or the fear of like, oh, what if I walk up to these sets of people or these groups and, obviously they already know each other. So it's like, it's like, who is this? As a teenager, I was just like, man, this is hard. And then I was like, okay, I'll try. So from then on, I started like, obviously with even my career choice, like you have to network, you need to talk to people, you're going to work with a bunch of people, right? So I started slowly getting out of that box and whatnot, but deep down, I'm still very, about like talking and speaking and all of that, which is also why I was hesitant about recording myself talking about stuff and putting out online, right? So it's like, when, I was invited to now do this, I was like, hey.
It's the same for most people, though. Like, but after the conversation, you're just like, So
it's like, okay, I like the fact that, yes, we did meet before now, and that kind of like was an icebreaker, right? But also, you actually are really good at like,
look at what God is doing. Look at what God is doing. I appreciate that.
You are really good at like, stirring up conversations, and not just like bare like, unreasonable talk or stuff, like things that will make you think, things that will make you like laugh, things that will make you like, okay, this is interesting and stuff like that. You do a good job at that. So yeah, thank you for even having me here.
I appreciate you
coming here and making it very easy to like open up and talk about stuff. So,
absolutely.